All right. Hi, viewers. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, I have an amazing woman that I'm going to be interviewing. Her name is Emily DeClaire, and she's someone that I really look up to. I mean, I love hanging around her. She has an incredible work ethic. She's consistent. She doesn't just talk about leadership. She is a leader. So I thought it would be so cool to just, pick her brain a bit and, find out how she's able to, as a mom, as a busy mom, with a home-based business, how she's able to, how she's able to still, get the success that she desires. So yeah, Emily, thank you so much for agreeing to do this interview with me. I'm really, really honored to talk to you.
I'm super honored that you've asked me to do this interview, Fifi. Thank you so much. I look up to you through social media influence, learning from you and everything that you do. And it's just so great to have met you. We met this year,
yes,
I guess around like in March.
Was it this year? It seems like so long ago, but it is this year, March.
It is this year. Yeah, a lot happens in a short amount of time, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, Emily is one of the one of the leaders in my company. She's passionate about, everything that she does. I think one of the things that you said that really stuck with me at one of the events that we were at, I think you said, like if you're committed to it, there's no way you can't achieve success. You didn't say it in the exact words, but I was like, that took me back, because I was like, it's so easy to want success, but if you are not committed to the process, it's going to be so hard to, achieve those goals and everything, right?
Yeah.
So maybe Emily, just introduce yourself, in case someone is watching and they don't know who you are. Just introduce yourself, about your family a bit.
Okay, so my name's Emily DeClaire. I'm a wife to my wonderful husband, Brian. Mm-hmm. We've been married for almost 8 years now. We have 2 adorable sons, Travis and Hunter. They're Travis is 4.5, Hunter is 2.5. I just love them with all my heart. Yeah, I love being a boy mom. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're so much fun. Yeah. And then we have a new puppy that we just got him a month ago. His name is Rocky. Aww. He's a 14-week-old black lab, and he is just has tons of energy. And he's so much fun. He fits right in with our family because we're always on the go around here doing stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's me.
And Emily, I know that like I said, you have a home-based business, but you're also like a mom. You have other things that you need to take care of, right? Yeah. So what does your routine look like day to day? How do you what does your schedule look like? Do you get up? I mean, a funny thing that I've always thought is that women, we generally don't write productivity books, right? Because we know that it's not like, if you look at that space, it's dominated by men. So what does your routine look like, and how do you stay productive?
So for my every day, so typically I have a goal that one day I do want to wake up before my boys, but I don't do that right now. No. My boys like waking up very early. So for a while it was 5 a.m. Then with the time change it was 4 a.m. Yeah. But now we're back to, I think today was 5:45. Okay. 6, so
we're getting better.
It's more reasonable. So I wake up when they wake up. So they're my alarm clock. And then, I go get them breakfast, get them situated. Yeah. Of course, now we have the puppy. I get him, outside, inside, eating. And then I sit down and I have my daily method of operation. So for 1 hour with my cup of coffee, I need the coffee in the morning. Wow. I go through the steps that I want to do in the morning for my business. So whether that's reaching out to new people, just following up with my team, a whole bunch of stuff. So, and then after that, then I go throughout my mom life, right? So go do all the things with my boys, all their activities, all that jazz, errands, grocery shopping, cooking, cleaning, all that fun stuff. Yeah. And throughout the day, sometimes here and there I'll do something for my business because it's on my cell phone. So I can reply to my customers. I can reply to people that are interested in products. I can reply to answers to my team. So I just do that a little bit sporadically throughout the day. And then after my boys go to bed in the evening, so they go to bed around 7:30. They're pretty good about that, except for last night. They went to bed at like 8:30. But normally at 7:30 they go to bed, and then I sit down and I have 1 hour where I do my evening daily method of operation. So if I didn't get to respond to people's messages during the day, because I didn't want to, you know, you don't want to constantly be going on your phone responding, then I go through, I respond to those messages, and I do that for an hour. Self-development, I always I'm reading books, doing self-development. Sometimes I read books multiple times because they're so good. So that's pretty much it. And I've done that now for the last year and a half. So just very consistent. And that's all it is. You just got to do the basics consistently over a long period of time.
Okay. So what you're saying is that you have an hour in the morning. That's where you're like, okay, I'm sitting down with my cup of coffee and I'm doing my morning daily method of operation, which would be like reaching out to new people, you know, connecting with your teammates. And then in the evening, that's when you have another set time where you're just, you know, working your business again.
And those are my 2 set times. So every day it'll always be in the morning, right when I wake up for my coffee, and always in the evening for an hour after my boys go to bed. And then at the beginning, I wasn't as good as just putting my phone away. I just have my phone there, but now I'm getting better at, after my hour is done, putting my phone away, and then I can have, you know, one-on-one time with my husband. So it's good to get, you know, work-life balance. You know, everyone's trying to figure out balance in life. It's so hard to do that, but I'm figuring that out as I go. And so
would you say then that, because you're saying that you used to struggle with that, I think I'm at that point where I'm like right at this beginning stages of my business, I almost feel like I constantly need to be working. So would you say then that being able to put your phone away has come with time, or has it come because you're at a point where you are able to do that? Like, what would you say to that? Would you say when you're starting up, you'll probably experience a bit of that? Like what? I don't know. I hope it's a
I think it's a bit of both. For the beginning of my business, I heard somebody say within the first couple weeks of me starting, that with a network marketing business, or really any business in general, you want to do a full power force at the beginning, right? So it's like a plane taking off. So I heard person describe it like this. Eric Ward described it like a plane taking off. You know, the plane's not going to go slow. Then it will never take off the ground.
Exactly.
Right? It'll just get to the end of the runway and then it'll burn out. And so you need to go full force, get it off the ground, and then eventually, you know, you'll get to a place where you can coast. And I don't really like the word coast that much because you know, you still got to do work, but you're not going to be putting in as much of a throttle as the beginning. So I did, when I first started, I was like, hey, for 90 days, I'm going to just run full force every day. And I did. And then once that was happening, built up momentum. And then you just want to keep, for me, I just want to keep going because I wanted to help my teammates and get them because they're building. So then, eventually I have to come to a place where I'm like, okay, well, like this is a realistic long term. So figure out like a really good daily method of operation. And now it works really well for me. I really enjoy it. My son's just calling me.
Is he calling you? Okay. Okay.
No, but he doesn't need me. It's fine. He's just announcing he's going to the bathroom.
I love it. Like,
real life. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, I really, really like that because, you know, what you said about, you know, something that you can do consistently, right? Like, cause it's so easy to be intense over a short period of time. But would you be able to sustain that, that intensity, right? And thing is overall, like, over time, it's always better to just do simple, smaller, and spread that over time.
Totally.
Okay, I love that. So that's a bit about your routine. And then how did you end up where you are? What's your journey like? How did you end up having a home-based business?
Okay, so I guess this started, I did own a tanning salon prior to this business. 2012. So February 2012 is when I opened the tanning salon, or I bought the tanning salon. You know, you buy tens of thousands of dollars we put into it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to have this tanning salon. I'm going to build it to a point that I can have a manager and employees run it and then have that somewhat of residual income. Anyways, fast forward 3.5 years of building that business. And I did build it. Like I was growing at 20% year over year, which is a good number for a typical business. It's a lot different, obviously, for the network marketing business I'm doing now. But 20% was a good number for that. And I still was not making any money. So I was working 40 to 60 hours a week running the salon, but not taking home anything. everything because I had $10,000 a month in overhead that I had to pay, right? Lease, employees, it's a lot, property taxes, inventory, BC Hydro, Fortis, all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so I remember constantly every month just writing out checks for $10,000. I'm like, okay, I'm not getting anywhere.
Yeah.
So after 3.5 years, I closed the salon down after lots of prayer. It was very, very difficult, hard time. So lots of prayer went into that, closed it down. And I was like, I'm never starting a business again. That's it. I'm done. You know? Like, I'm just going to be a stay-at-home mom. And at that time, when I closed it down, my son was just about to turn 1. So I had the business. I was pregnant with my first born, Travis. I had to bring him with me sometimes to the salon to help. But anyways, so closed it down. Didn't want to open a business again. Then I told my husband. So my husband has owned his own business for probably a decade, 10 years. And basically I was saying, your business is genius. You have no overhead. When he fixes dents on cars. So I'm like, every time you fix a car, you get paid. Like, it's just, you do that, you get paid. There's no overhead. There's no constantly trying to take money out of your pocket. I was like, oh, and it's mobile. Like, you can drive around, work it anywhere. They can come to our house. You can go there. So I just love that concept because it was so opposite than my salon.
Exactly.
So then fast forward 2 years after closing down the salon, I suddenly found this company. So there were hair care products that I needed. I was looking for it because I had extreme postpartum hair loss. I was bald on both sides. I only have one photo of my hair pulled back and bald on both sides because I was constantly trying to hide it. But one day I remember we were in our backyard, my hair was pulled back, and I told my husband, like, I'll take a photo and I want to have this photo and put it in the deep dark corner of our home so nobody can see it.
Just for me.
But just for me. I was like, when I'm like older and I'm reminiscing over photos, I can look back and be like, oh, that was like that period of my life, you know, a postpartum, all that stuff, just for myself to remember. But anyways, after the birth of my second son, my hair loss was even worse. My hair was so thin all over. So I was like, you know what? Like, I need to find a solution. So I went and asked family, friends, my hairdressers if they knew of a product that would help with my hair. Everyone said no, nothing existed. But I just decided, somebody must have invented this. So I went and I ended up finding this company myself. And I saw it was a direct sales company. I just dove right in. I was just like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to tell everybody about this product anyways, because that's just my personality. Like, a few months earlier, we had bought a vacuum and I started telling everybody about this vacuum.
And we do that all the time, isn't it? Like, if we really, really like something, like I'm always blabbering about books I'm reading, you know, a recipe that I tried that was really good. And, you know, like, women, we're just like that. And anyone actually,
like when you find something you love, you want to recommend it to people and tell people. So like my husband joked, he's like, you should be selling that vacuum. You're telling it to everybody. You're telling everybody about it. It's like, well, if they want me to sell it.
Get paid for it, right?
I know. Because I'm like telling everyone they need to buy it. So then when I found these hair care products, I knew I was going to use them. And I saw it was a direct sales company and like, oh, what the heck? I'll just, you know, join. So I spontaneously joined. So I was like, I'm going to tell people about it anyways. You know, if I make a couple bucks, you know, to pay for my own shampoo, it's awesome. Right.
And at this point, had you used the product yet?
No, I hadn't used the product. I had seen it online. I had gone to their website and I saw the products, but they were clinically proven. I'm like, I don't need to use the product. They're clinically proven, scientifically tested. I'm not a scientist. So I know if it's going through third parties, then it's legit. So I was like, I'll try the products. Plus they had a 30-day money back guarantee. So when I saw that, I was like, well, honestly, if I don't like it, then I'll just return all the product packs and get the money back. So but when I told my husband that I was going to join, he was like, he's like, you told me you never start a business again. And I'm like, well, this is different. I'm like, I'm literally just using shampoo on myself. And if I tell people I make a couple bucks, I'm like, there's no overhead. So I explained to him the difference. I'm like, I'm not paying $10,000 a month overhead. I'm paying nothing, Brian. So I told him all the differences. He's like, oh yeah, I guess
I mean, shampoo anyway. So
exactly.
Okay, that's so cool. I didn't interrupt you, right?
No. Yeah. Then I joined.
And so that's how you got started, just like by, you know, you had a problem postpartum hair loss, and then you were asking people, nobody knew of a solution, and then you got to a point where you discovered the product online, and you decided, okay, I'm just going to jump in and just start telling people about it, right?
Yeah.
And at that point, though, where you are not thinking of, oh, I'm gonna make a business, like have a business out of this. If I can only get like a bit of shampoo money, or like to pay for my own shampoo, that would be awesome, right? Is that what you at that point?
Yeah, that thought lasted about maybe 2 days, 3 days. So I signed up, and then immediately after I signed up, like, a couple days later, I was like, I told my husband, I'm like, okay, my goal is going to be like $500 a month. Like, I'll earn $500 a month. That's a good goal. So, I started to imagine more than just selling a little bit of shampoo. Mm-hmm. And then my husband was the one that was like, okay, if you're going to do this, you have to dream bigger than that. I'm like, okay. Yeah. So then I was like, okay, my goal is $10,000 a month. And that was just my goal from day one.
Wow.
And because my upline, she's, when I signed up with her, she was already quite high in the company. She was the rank I'm at now, she was at when I joined her.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I was like, well, if she can do it, I can do it. Yeah. And that's what I always tell people when they join. I'm like, I'm no one special. My upline's no one special. Nobody is any special or not. Exactly. It's just, and this is what I always tell myself, if she can do it, I can do it. It just takes a hard work and dedication. Yeah. And being coachable. So I told my sponsor, I was like, teach me everything. Just let me know what to do, and I'll learn and I'll grow. Right?
Yeah, I love that. So those are the qualities that you need in order to get to the level of success that you want, right? Like, you find people that are where you want to be, and then you just decide that, okay, I can get there too. And then you put in the work, you listen to what they say. I love that. And what would you say then was your biggest like aha moment where you're like, this works. I can do this. Like, where would that be for you?
So I have 2 aha moments with this journey. So one aha moment was combining my last business and this business together. Mm-hmm. My aha moment was, you simply really just need to believe in yourself. Mm-hmm. Like, when you believe in yourself, you literally can do anything. It makes me tear up even talking about it. Oh my gosh, I always get emotional.
Good. We like
feelings around here. Yeah. Like, when you believe in yourself, you can do anything. Yeah. So whether for me, for my last business, I believed in myself that I could get out of it when I was trapped in a lease. And even the lawyer said, this lease is impossible to break. You cannot break this lease. You're going to be with the company for another 3 years. Wow. They said, there's no way we can get out of it, because I hired lawyers to try to get me out of the lease. Yeah. They said it was impossible. Yeah. And then I was like, nope, nothing's impossible. I'm a Christian. Exactly. I was like, nothing's impossible with God. Yeah. I can figure this out. So I believed that nothing was impossible, even when lawyers were saying something was impossible. Yeah. I took that into this business. So when I joined, I was like, people will tell me that my dreams are impossible, that when I joined, I was like, after a few days, I was like, you know what? I'm going to earn my Cadillac by Christmas. So I joined in April, and I said, I'm going to earn it by Christmas. Mm-hmm. And I ended up getting it and driving it off the lot on October 26th, a day after my husband's birthday.
That is so cool. So that's like a few months, like it's from,
6 months. 6 months. It was 6 months from when I joined to when I drove it off the lot. So
that's incredible.
Yeah, then people were like, well, it's a big goal that you're setting. Like, you know what? Like, nothing is impossible if you put your mind to it and you believe it, and you don't listen to the naysayers, and you just, that's my one aha moment. So it's from my other business that I pulled into this one. Like, if I can do whatever it takes to get myself out of a negative situation, I can do whatever it takes to get myself into a positive situation. Because sometimes I feel like people put so much energy when they're trying to get out of a negative situation in life, but when they're trying to then go after success, they don't put as much energy into that. And I've seen that
it's just like living in that, I can do it, or this is what happens, this is my, like, you just live in that area instead of shifting that energy to the positive, like, okay, what if I could succeed, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It's so true. So that's my one aha moment. And the other one, what did I write down? So this one was recently, probably like last month or the month before, within the last couple months. Suddenly I had like a huge aha moment where I was like, success, when you reach that point of success, it multiplies who you are. And you can use that platform to do so much more good for the world. So some people look at success, they're like, well, why do you want to earn that much money? Or why do you want to keep going when you're already at the rank that you, like, I reached the rank that I thought was going to be my top goal for like 5-10 years. And I reached that in 6 months. And I suddenly had to reformulate, okay, so why am I doing this now? And it's, you know, you can impact so many more people. It gives me goosebumps. You can impact so many more people when you have more time freedom, more money to do so. You can have the platform to have people come together and help your community. So that was my second aha moment.
I love that because, I don't know who it was that said that, you know, when you are trying to survive, you don't dream. Like, you're just living on, how do I get on to the next day? How do I get food on my table? You know, all of that. So, I totally love that. I love your aha moments, Emily. That inspire me so much right now. So I'm really happy that we get to talk about them. Maybe I could also ask about how do you stay consistent and motivated?
Okay, so for this, I know it sounds cheesy and people have probably heard this before, but you really do need to have a why. So you have to figure out why you're doing this business, and that changes over time. So for me, my why is my husband and my kids. I don't really want to get into it too much, so I'm going to start crying, but that's the thing. Like, my why is so powerful that literally even like wanting to talk about it like makes me tear up. And so that's what like motivates me consistently, is having I can hear my boys in the background.
When I'm done, okay? All right. He wants me to come and look at Paw Patrol.
Oh my gosh. And right now I just hear Hunter crying.
Oh.
I don't know what happened.
We can pause?
Okay, sure.
Yeah. All right. There you go. Where were we? We were talking about how you stay consistent and motivated, right? How do you do that?
So another way that I do that is when I started from day one, I said I put 3.5 years into my other business, the tanning salon. So I'm going to put at least 3.5 years into this business to try to reach my goal. And if I don't reach it after 3.5 years, I can, you know, be like, you know what, I was consistent every single day for 3.5 years and I didn't reach it. Now my goal, I reached it in 6 months. So I had to then really reformulate my why. And so now I've actually learned a bigger why and reasoning than simply financial. But yeah, we have big goals for financial freedom for our family. And that includes just not having a mortgage anymore. Like something just as simple as that, to not have that overhead in our family life is a big goal. So I'm working towards that. So every day when I wake up, you know, there are days where you feel like, oh, I don't want to, you know, do the work, and you don't have a boss telling you have to do this, right? Like you don't have to check in somewhere. Like, we work from home, there's nobody telling you what to do. But every time a thought like that goes through my head, I'm like, no, just do it. And that's why I have the hour in the morning and the hour in the evening. Just commit to it, and then you'll get through the one day. And those days don't happen very often where I don't feel motivated to do it, because honestly, I love my business.
You love it. You're having so much fun, right?
I'm having so much fun. But there are days where you're like exhausted. And like, oh, I don't want to do it. But for the majority of the time, I'm just like, I love this business. How does this work? My husband's like, this is so like, you're like, this business is built for you and like your whole team of women who we all love it and have fun.
And I think that's what I love the most. Like, I always say that even if I hated the products, like if they were crappy, I would just stick around for the community, because it's just an incredible community. Like, there's just so much support. Like, if you decide to plug yourself in, stay connected, like there's just so much, just so much community, so much support. Because I had a business too for 7 years, and there was a lot of isolation, right? So I think this is one of my favorite things about being in the business that we're in. And then would you say that, like, then what is the one habit? Because, you know, studies have shown that over 60% of our daily activities are determined by our habits. And habits are, they form over that are formed when we choose to do certain things daily, right? So what is the one habit that you'd say is helping you build success and growth in your business?
I would say it's just being consistent and sticking to my DMO. So, you have a list of things you want to do and just being consistent and sticking to it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is true, but I heard somewhere that after 21 days of doing something in a row, that it forms a habit.
Yeah.
So some people would do it for a few days, they'll stop, and they'll do it a few days and stop, and then you're not actually forming a habit. So it almost takes more work because you're stopping and starting.
Yeah.
Versus it is a habit for me to wake up in the morning, get my sons ready with their breakfast and all that stuff, puppy out. And then I get my coffee and then I go to work. It's a habit. It's just like second nature.
Exactly.
Second nature.
Yeah.
And then when I'm done, then I go throughout the rest of my day and sometimes have sporadic things go on throughout the day involving the business. But my habit is in the morning doing that DMO and in the evening doing my other DMO. And it feels weird if I don't do it. Which I don't think I ever don't do it because it feel weird.
It feel weird, and that makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's almost like how when you start learning how to drive, initially everything is just like, oh, I have to be thinking about where I'm going, but then eventually you can literally just drive or you're on auto, right? So I guess your habit of deciding to build that habit of, you know what, I'm getting up, I'm sitting, I'm doing this even if I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
Now it's something that you have to do. It's a part of who you are.
Yeah.
I love that. I am still working on building my habit. Like this month, I've been relentless at making sure that I show up every day. I commit to doing the things that I said I was going to do. And I'm hoping to build that habit over time.
Yeah. And I heard this somewhere too, just recently, that successful people just do the basics more consistently.
Yeah.
Right? So they just do it over a longer period of time.
Yeah.
Versus so many people that do it for a little bit, they don't see immediate gratification.
Yeah.
A lot of times you do, but you don't see it and then you're like, oh, I'm going to stop. I don't see it right away. Right? Like you're so used to having immediate gratification in life, doing something, getting paid if you're an employee, or if you want to go online and find something, you can go onto Google, find it, and you're instantly gratified that you've gotten your answer.
Exactly.
Right? So you have to learn to just do it consistently and then it all comes flooding in sometimes at the same time. It's like waves, floods in. Yeah. So.
And it tapers. But how do you stay then? Because there's just so much distraction these days. It's so easy to get distracted. How do you stay focused on your DMO? You said I'm doing this because I can imagine that when you're doing even in our space, there's so much training, so many people to listen to, there's this and that, all the fluff that's out there. How do you then just remain focused on your habits, on your daily method of operation? How do you manage to do that?
Yeah, there are definitely times where I get distracted myself too. And so I'm like, oh, I'm doing my DMO, but then I get distracted doing something else or more personal development.
Yeah.
And so I'm constantly learning all the time too. I heard somewhere recently, Brian Fryer said, everyone needs to go on a PD diet, on a personal development diet.
Yeah.
Because 15 minutes a day is good and you should do personal development every day.
Yeah.
He's like, just do 15 minutes. Some people, they'll spend hours on personal development, but they don't actually do anything to build their business.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they think, oh, I'm learning so much. I'm watching this training and this training and this training. And they're like, well, what actually did you do to grow your business? Did you talk to anybody? Does anybody even know you're in business? Right? So
exactly.
Some people, they think they're working, but they're not. And so I loved it when he said, got to go on a PD diet.
Yeah.
And so if I find myself watching a training and then I'm like, oh, I'm going to watch this. So I'm like, okay, those words go through my head. I'm like, nope, you don't need to watch that. Go
implement
the income producing activities. Go do these 5 steps.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I think also doing that is a form of procrastination because because you feel like doing something important, something that you need to be doing, but actually you're not. So I can appreciate that. And I love that tip of, just 15 minutes a day, do your personal development, then move on, right? Apply what you've learned, but then focus on your income producing activity. And as a busy mom, you don't have all the time to be you don't have all that time to be sitting and learning,
Yeah.
And talking about personal development, what would you say? I know you read quite a few books. What would you say like if I was to read one book to grow my business, what would you recommend? What would be your one recommendation?
I love a whole bunch of books, but there's this one book that I've literally read like 3, maybe 4 times. I've lent it out to somebody now, and I'm trying to remember who. I don't remember who, but I might just buy the book again because I want to read it like a 4th or 5th time. But it's really good. I actually, I won it at an event, at one of our company events. So one of our cross signs gave it away as a gift, and I love it. So it's called The Business School for People Who Like Helping People. And it's by Robert Kiyosaki. It's amazing. So this book is basically about Robert Kiyosaki. He didn't get his fortune from network marketing, but the book is about how he believes network marketing is the best way to leverage time and money and to grow large fortunes. He says majority of his friends that have large fortunes are from network marketing. And he explains how it's the business school for people who like helping people. And I love that because as I'm reading the book, it reinforces what I have seen in the past year and a half, how you succeed by helping others succeed.
Exactly.
So your success just shows how many people you have also helped reach their goals or surpass their goals. And then just the more people you're helping grow their own businesses, the more your business is going to grow. So it's such an amazing form of business because it's having to bring people up versus some other businesses, it's cutthroat. You need to get to the top to beat somebody, everybody can be at the top. Whereas this, he explains it so well. I just love that book, and people have lent it to, have loved it as well. No,
I will look. I haven't read that one yet, so I will be on the lookout for that. And I think I love what you're saying about, your success comes from, you helping other people, not just you. Like you're not climbing on top of, you're not using other people as a ladder. You're actually just helping them achieve their goals. And I know that you've done that, Emily, for you have amazing team members. Like all of us, we know that we're learning so much from you, and that also contributes to your success. I actually really love that.
Thanks.
And then do you have like favorite apps and tools that you use daily to help grow your business?
I do have apps that I use. And the funny thing is, before this business, I had no apps at all. So I had an iPhone, but I just used it for calling people or texting. So I didn't have any apps at all. So when I joined, my sponsor was like, so do you have the Facebook app to go live? I'm like, what? No. So she had to tell me to download that. So these are the apps that I have, and literally they're the only apps that I have. So I don't even have like other, unless I download like a kid's game. I download a kid's game for my boys to keep them distracted if we're like at the hospital. I go there a lot with these boys. Anyway, so I have Canva, Canva. I also have WordSwag, but I like Canva way more now than WordSwag. I have PicCollage. I have obviously the Facebook app, Facebook Messenger app. I have our company's app, so we can go in there in our back office, and then the Zoom app. So we do Zoom trainings, stuff like that. Those are the only apps.
That's awesome. I have way too many, but I love that. I love Canva. I'm guessing that you're using Canva and WordSwag for your graphics, for your business, for social media. Okay, cool stuff. I'll list them.
There's another app that I had too. I had to delete some apps because my phone was full. But the app Think Dirty is really good too. So that one, oh my gosh.
What is that called?
That one's about like you can type in products that you find on the shelf, haircare products, lotions, all that stuff, and it'll tell you the ingredients level on there, and how high they are on the toxicity level.
I love that. No, somebody has recommended that before. I'm gonna get it today, I think. Because there's so much, like our products these days, they have so much, like there's so many harmful ingredients in them. That's why I love our shampoo. Because it's, if I'm gonna be putting it daily on my hair, I need to know that it's gonna help my hair grow, not just like hurts me in the process.
Have you seen that documentary Stink on Netflix?
I saw you talking about it. I haven't watched it yet. I've just
good.
I don't watch a lot of TV. Like maybe weekends I will look at TV, but I don't, not yet. But I am gonna watch that one. I think it's going to be a good resource. All right, Emily. I think maybe I have maybe 2 more questions to ask you, and then we will call it I don't know how much time we have left. We've been going for here. So I think this one is going to be so relevant for people like me and people that are thinking of getting into direct sales or network marketing. What would you say if you had to start all over again and you nobody? What's the first thing you would do to grow your business from scratch? Like if you had to start all over again?
I would definitely use social media to grow my business.
Yeah.
But not everyone has to do that. But the reason why I would choose that is I'm a busy mom. I stay at home a lot.
Yeah.
And it's the fastest way to meet a lot of people in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
So when I started with this business, I had like 300 friends on Facebook.
Yeah.
But I've grown my network from there. So just meeting people online, you can meet them in groups that you're interested in, connect with them, have genuine, real conversations and relationships in Messenger. So ask more questions. I'm reading this book about how to win friends and influence people, and it's just amazing. I was recommended it so many times over the past year and a half, and I finally started reading it. But it is just, it's letting you know, ask more questions about people, hear their story, and now that I've been implementing this way more, I'm like, oh my gosh, people have so many great stories. And I just love making so many new friendships and relationships. And regardless of whether they ever buy my business or join my business, whatever, it's just fun getting to know all these people's stories and their history. And it's, so that's a great way to grow your network if you don't know anybody. So you can make friends online. And that's pretty much it. You can also join groups in person if you actually want to meet people in person, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I did, so you can join a church, right? Like I know you joined church when you first moved here. So it's a great community. I recently started going to the same church my husband and I have been going to. So we're starting to build, a community there. So of course you can build community in person too.
Okay, no, that's fantastic. And I think something that came as you were talking, I was thinking about, what was it? A lot of the I think that would be the main thing that most moms will say. They'll say, "Oh, I'm busy." Like how would you respond to that? Like to the "I'm busy" sentiment that, oh, I'm too busy, I don't I'm working maybe, or I'm a stay-at-home mom, I don't have time to do anything else. Like how do you, I know you've kind of addressed it as we've been talking about, what would you say then? It's like, how would you address that?
Well, when someone says they're busy, I simply think, well, then this is just not a priority for you. Or earning extra money or changing your life is not a priority for you. When I first joined, that thought did go through my head too. I was thinking, oh, it's not a good time for me to join a business. We literally just got back from a three-week trip to Australia. We had just been back a couple of weeks. And then we dove right into major renovations. I'm sitting in our bathroom right now. But we had major renovations on a laundry room, 2 bathrooms. And we've been waiting for this for 3.5 years to do these renos. We were living in a construction zone with plywood for 3.5 years. Wow. So we're going through with our renovations that I've been waiting for. And the business opportunity came to me, or I saw it online. So I was thinking, this isn't a good time. And my son's birthday is about to come up, and my other son's birthday is about to come up. And, and all these things going through my head that was telling me I'm too busy. But then I remember one of my sisters telling me years prior, when I told her, oh, we'll have kids when XYZ is in place. I said, I don't want to have kids until we own our own home, we do this or that. And then she said to me, I said, oh, it's not the perfect time right now. And she said, Emily, there will be never a perfect time to have kids. It's like so many things in life, there's never a perfect time to do anything, really.
Anything.
You just have to go and do it. So that rang into my head when I was telling myself I'm too busy, it's not a good time. I'm like, well, when will there be a perfect time? I'm always going to be busy. So I'm like, I just got to do it now. So then I just dove in, even though it was crazy. I was making so many decisions on the bathroom renos. I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do it anyways. And that's what I did. So when someone tells me they're busy, I'm like, well, you just have to decide, is this a priority for you? And if no matter how busy you are, you can always find time. We can figure out what time of your day would work for you to grow your business.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's great advice. And I totally am on board with that. we give attention to the stuff that we value. So yeah, totally. And Emily, I think this is the last question for me, and you can feel free to add anything else afterwards. Like what are you excited about in the next year for you?
A lot. Yeah, I'm definitely dreaming bigger, and that's what I teach my team always to do as well. Because from day one, I'm like, I'm gonna dream big, and then when I got to that goal, there was a point where I was like, I don't know if I can dream bigger, because I'd set limits on myself.
Yeah.
So I had said my big goal is this rank and that income level, and when I get there, then I'm just gonna be cool with that. And I got there in 6 months, and then people were telling me dream bigger, and I honestly was thinking, well, do I deserve to do that? You know, like, do I deserve that success? You know, so you start then having negative self-talk, like, I don't think I deserve it, I shouldn't go after all this stuff. But now I've come to a place where I told you a couple months ago, I had the aha moment about how success can be a platform to do many great things. And so, yeah, I have this awesome dream for the next year and beyond in the future. I just keep dreaming bigger and letting people know. Like, I love when I see my team members like grow and pass their goals. They're like, I never thought I'd get to this. This is crazy. And I'm like, yeah, I told you, like, you're worth it. You can do it. Don't set limits on yourself. When we tell our kids that they can be anything they want in the world, they can do anything they want. But then you get to a certain age and suddenly you're like, oh, just kidding. You can't do anything you want. It's like, why? And it's really the top 1% of people in the world are the people that just continue dreaming. Like we taught them as kids. Say, you can do anything you set your mind to. Just keep dreaming bigger, and you can impact the world. And the world could be your community, right? Like I love where I live in Langley, and like I can do so much good here. And that is, if we all do good in our communities, that is impacting the world. Anyways, I went on a tangent, but
that's okay. That's totally fine. Yeah. I love hearing your heart. I love hearing where you want to go. So that's amazing. All right. I don't know. Is there anything else that you want to share that we can cover before we log off?
No, I guess that's it. Thank you so much for interviewing me, Fifi. What are your dreams for the next year?
I think let's set up another interview and then we can talk about that. Oh, thank you so much.
That's good.
It's incredible. I hope that people are going to get a lot of value out of this. I know that I did. So even if nobody does, you know that you've impacted someone, and that's me. I mean, like I said, when we started, I always look up to anytime I feel maybe not motivated, I look at them like, Emily's doing it. So get up and get on with it. You know, if she can do it, you can do it. And so I love watching you. So keep doing what you're doing.
Thank
God
you.
bless you so much. And I hope that like all your dreams may they come true, and your boys may they just grow to be strong men that because they've been raised by strong parents, you know, parents that never stop believing in their dreams. So
perfect.
Amazing.
Thank you very much, Fifi.
Thank you, Emily.